In this video, we got another episode of the Start Bench Cut series. If you guys don't know what this series is, basically I'll put out a tweet on Twitter at x7tanaka asking for 3 different players for a Start Bench Cut vid, and then in the replies down below, you guys will let me know 3 different cards at a certain position. So for example, Hero Scalabrini, AK-47, and Big Z at small forward. I'll say who I would start, who I'd bench, and then who I would cut between these 3 small forward cards of just who I think's the best, the second best, and then the worst. So if you guys also want to comment down below on the YouTube comment section, let me know 3 different cards and I'll tell you guys who I'd start, who I'd bench, and then who I would cut as well. But looking at the first one here from my man Ryan, he's gonna say Opal Richard Jefferson, Brian Scalabrini, and the non-hero Hiro Turkoglu at the small forward position. So this does matter a lot for Scalabrini because the difference in scals are a huge difference, right? Like this one's a 98, but the other one's also a 98, but there's a big difference between the hero and the heroic version. So if you're talking about the hero, for sure going to be starting. I think he's one of the best small forwards in the game, has elite level dribble sigs, a really good jump shot, amazing dunk packages, and some of the best tendencies in the game. So this Scalabrini easily 1000% would be starting. Now if we're talking about this one, would he start over Hiro Turkoglu and Richard Jefferson? I'm not really sure. I think Richard Jefferson might be better at the small forward position. So if we're talking about the hero one, I would start Brian Scalabrini, bench Richard Jefferson, and then cut Hiro Turkoglu. I would just play Hiro at the point guard position. I don't really view him as a small forward. But then if we're talking about the heroic Brian Scalabrini, this one right here that's maybe not so great, then I would say start Richard Jefferson, bench Scalabrini, and cut Hiro Turkoglu. But looking at the next one at the center position is going to be Hakeem Olajuwon, Marcus Gasol, and Shaq Dark Matter. For me, I think Marcus Gasol has to be the easy choice for the guy who gets starting. I mean, 7'1" at the center position, 7'4" wingspan, has a great player modeling game, is a really good defender, 92 block, 98 interior defense, 92 perimeter, 80 steal. He's gonna have Hall of Fame anchor, box out beast, brick wall, interceptor, post lockdown, rebound chaser. I think Marcus Gasol is easily the best center between Hakeem Olajuwon and Dark Matter Shaq. He's got pretty good dribble sigs and a great jump shot. Hakeem Olajuwon is really good. I will say Hakeem's another really good card that can play the center and power forward position, being 7 foot with a 7'3" wingspan. He's gonna bring elite level defense to the table with a 97 block, 98 interior defense, 91 perimeter, 90 steal. Like he's a really good defensive card. Just wish he had a better jump shot. So for this one, I would say start Marcus Gasol, bench Hakeem, and then cut Shaq. I mean, Shaq's like fast. He's got a good player model. He's a really good defender. He just only has a 63 ball and basically has an ungreenable jump shot in the game, so he can't really shoot threes that consistently. So for this one, I would start Marcus Gasol, bench Hakeem, and then cut Shaq. Next one is going to be KPJ, Livingston, and Turkoglu. And he's saying not the hero one. I would say you probably still start Hiro Turkoglu. I think he's one of the best point guards in the game, whether it's his hero or his out of position one. He's still a 6'10" point guard, 6'11" wingspan, has that absolutely money of a jump shot with the John Stockton base, the Trae Young upper, on very quick timing is such a good jump shot. And then he's also got the Kyle Lowry size up. He's got the Steph Curry escape, so he's got pretty good movement on the court for a guy who's 6'11". And then I would say you probably go to Sean Livingston. I would say probably as the guy getting benched. He's a 6'7" point guard, 6'11" wingspan. I think all around as a card, he's probably slightly better than KPJ because he's got a great jump shot, maybe not on KPJ's type of level, but then he's also got really good dribble sigs. He's got a little bit more defense and a little bit more size. So I like all 3 of these point guards a lot. I think they're fairly close, but I would say start Hiro Turkoglu, bench Sean Livingston, and then cut KPJ. Next one is going to be Opal Ha-Seong-Jin, Pink Diamond Robert Swift, and Opal DJ Mbanga. Who the hell are these guys? Robert Swift, is this from like a different 2K or something? Because we definitely don't have a Robert Swift that is a, I don't think we even have a Robert Swift card, except for that I think he has an Amethyst or something. Who the hell is he talking about? Okay, he's obviously trolling. I don't know who that is. But Tim Thomas, Bill Russell, Big Z at small forward. So at the small forward position, I still think you probably start Tim Thomas just because I'm assuming we're talking about the hero one. It doesn't really matter. They're basically the same card for the 2 Dark Matter Tim Thomases. But he's 6'10" at the 3, 7'2" wingspan. So he's still going to have decent size. And he's going to be not a bad defender with those stats, those badges. And actually has really good defensive tendencies with a 90 block, 90 contest shot, 88 on-ball steal. I think he's got really good defensive tendencies, and we know he's going to be one of the best offensive cards in the game with a super fast jump shot. He's got the best dribble sigs, really good dunk packages. I would say you start Tim Thomas just because of the offense he does bring to the table. And then I would say between Bill Russell and Big Z, it really just depends what you want. Like if you want a giant card who's 7'3", 7'6" wingspan and is going to be a huge mismatch on offense, then you go for Big Z. If you're looking for a great defender, a guy that's going to be a lockdown, then you go for a guy like Bill Russell, who we know is going to be one of the best defenders in the game. So it really depends what you need. I think Bill Russell probably is a little bit better of a card than the Gally Sopel Big Z. So I'll say start Tim Thomas, bench Bill Russell, and then I will say cut Big Z at that small forward spot. Next one's going to be Hero Scalabrini, AK, and Big Z. I think for me, this one's pretty simple. Start Scalabrini, bench AK, and then cut Big Z. I think they're all great small forwards for sure. I like Scalabrini a lot. I think he's pretty much a perfect small forward card. I think AK is still a great two-way guy. And then I think Big Z is just another giant card who's 7'3" at the small forward position, who can be super overpowered. But I would say start Scalabrini, bench AK, and then cut Big Z. Next one's going to be Moments, Julius Randle, Damian Lillard, and Donovan Mitchell. So 3 absolute bums, but I guess I'll say start Donovan Mitchell. I mean, I just really like Donovan Mitchell, whether it's his Opal, whether it's his Diamond card, whether it's his Moments. I don't think he's a runnable point guard because he's only 6'1", jump shot or normal timing. I don't think any of these Moments cards that you named are really that runnable in game. Like Julius Randle, 6'8" at power forward, not a good defender, barely any dribble sigs, jump shot on quick timing. If I had to rank the 3, I would say probably start Donovan Mitchell, bench Julius Randle, and I guess cut Dame, but I think all 3 of these guys really aren't that great of cards. Next one's going to be a 50 Hall of Fame badge, Jonathan Bender, Purvis, and then AK-47. So I would say you still start AK, just because of his jump shot, his defense, and his size at that small forward position. But I do think it actually gets really interesting between a Purvis Ellison and a Jonathan Bender, because we're talking about a Jonathan Bender who's going to have 50 Hall of Fame badges. I mean, he's 7 foot at small forward, 7'4" wingspan, has a great jump shot, really good dribble sigs, and you're going to give him 50 Hoffs. I'm assuming a lot are going to be on defense. I don't know. I think a 50 Hall of Fame Jonathan Bender might be better than Purvis Ellison and maybe even better than AK-47. But I'll say start AK, bench Jonathan Bender, and then cut Purvis. Next one's going to be Opal Marc Gasol, Dark Matter Mitchell Robinson, and then Dark Matter Hakeem. If we're talking about at center, because that's the only position Mitchell Robinson can play, I would say you start Marc Gasol. I still think he's one of the best center cards in the game. But then I would say you probably bench Mitchell Robinson. He's got great size at that center spot, being 7'1" with a 7'2" wingspan. He's got amazing defensive stats, one of the best defensive cards in the game with perfect Hall of Fame defensive badges, every single stat, pretty much maxed out. He's super athletic with 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 98 vertical, 98 strength, and then he also does have a capable jump shot, where I think Hakeem Olajuwon's a lot better at power forward. So for this one, I would say start Marc Gasol, bench Mitchell Robinson, and then cut Dark Matter Hakeem. And then the last one here, the video guys, we'll do Hero Sabonis, Peter, and Dark Matter Mitchell Robinson. I think this one's actually really close for center. I would say for me personally, I would start Pink Diamond Peter, bench Mitchell Robinson, and then cut Hero Sabonis. But that one really just comes down to preference, especially for Sabonis. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said at the start of the video, 3 different players in the YouTube comment section. I'll tell you guys who I'd start, who I'd bench, and then who I would cut. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.